Тут какая-то песня.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
Эпизод 2. Одержимые. Нью-Йорк 3 года назад. Он 3 года не менял одежду.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
И всем привет, с вами что в каким. Мы продолжаем проходить Alan Wake 1. В прошлой серии мы закончили первый эпизод. Он, кстати, был такой довольно экшоновый. Там было в конце песни, меня даже мое прощение не вставил. Но я надеюсь, авторский... Я просто еще это видео даже на канал не загрузилось. Я его, получается, записывал вчера. И, возможно, прямо во время записи оно будет загрузиться на сайт YouTube. А мы включить кофеварку. Окей. А можно мне вот так вот? Включить кофеварку. Включить.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Мы что-то там какой-то вообще не понимаю. Типа мы пришли, типа позвонили полицейским, типа говорим, куда-то что-то авария, а дома нет. Нормально.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Это кто, кстати? Не знаю, кто это. Ну и ладно. Нельзя. Изучить макеты обложки. Телефон. Позвонить нельзя. Кстати, такой же, как и с кафе. О, QR-код. Кто хочет, можете сейчас прямо вот взять, поднести к монитору телефон и ввести.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Проверить предохранитель. О, кстати, бегать научился. А, нет. Показалось. Это на улицу, что ли? Понял. А может там что-то читали должны были? О, кстати, внезапная остановка. Я во втором, получается, эпизоде потерялся, все то, что просто не прочитано. Ну, давайте сейчас начнем.
I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
Правда говорят, убивает не падение, а внезапная остановка в конце. Я лежал здесь, в снегу, а в голове у меня раз за разом повторялась жуткая вереница. Что за слово такое? Сцен, которые привели меня сюда. Повтор моего личного кино с реальным убийством. Памяти моего трупа. Alan Wake. Почти что Джон Уэйн. Опять я играю словами. Рукопашная женщина исчезла. Остался только кислый привкус поцелуя, который убил меня. Назад. Внезапная остановка дома.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge. It had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Это было запоздалое прощание через 30 лет после того, как я отомстил. Оно, наконец, настигло меня. Боль пришлось терпеть долго. Моя кровь окрасила снег. И таким вызывающий коктейль с замороженным соком растворилась и разбросанный утоляющий лениво капал в сточную трубу, смешиваясь с желью города, становясь с ней одним целым. Теперь я вижу их, моих жену и сына. Милая, я дома. Это что, ссылка на первого Макса? А, не, можно почитать. Так, вот это тут эпизод. О, я, кстати, один пропустил. Ну, у меня не было. Да я много пропустил. 3. Допустим, атаковали птицы. Хотя ладно, нет, давайте не будем. Это уже... Ладно, давайте используем.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Ого, как он
Hi.
светит.
You
Привет.
okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
Тьмы боишься?
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Ну, понятно. Брайан Фолс настоящая.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Так. Понятно. Поговорить с Сарой.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Ну ладно, поговорить с Сарой. Что-то вообще какой-то... А тот эпизод зачем был? Кстати, бегать нельзя. Shift нажимаю, бегать нельзя. А что День успел. Все, вот это безопасно. У меня нет ничего. Ну да. Так, нет, давайте оглядимся.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
Постой, мне типа можно выйти.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Блин, если...
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the parade float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Если я не найду все секретки, то как минимум много. Так, ладно, рукопись читать. Это, блин, я 2 пропустил. Ну, в доме.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Элис смотрела в объектив, выравнивая кадр. Озеро Колдром было невероятно красиво. Вдруг она заметила в тени за домом какую-то фигуру. Кажется, это была женщина, стройная в черном платье. Элис опустила камеру и посмотрела в ту сторону. Никого, только кусты, по форме отдаленно напоминающие человека. Элис покачала головой и рассмеялась. Прикольно. Так, знаете, буду почитывать. Типа нашел, почитал. Просто я так.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Я понял, что меня ждет в кабинете. О, свинья, кот, кишка. Так, это не то. Туда нельзя. А что если выйти?
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
Ну я понял. Ну, значит, идем говорить. Так, тихо читать. Да. Так, разыскивается мужчина. Пропал без вести. 20.06.2007. Отличительные признаки: мастер, побеждать в состязаниях. Позвонить 555. Типа, что-то такое, да. Так, генератор. По-любому. Что я протыркаюсь.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Взять свой сотовый.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid,
Mr.
pal.
Wake, can I help you with
I'm
anything?
watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back. I couldn't go anywhere yet.
Mr. Wake.
I had to play
Head here
along
through
with the
cell
caller.
corridor.
Alice's life was at
Just don't mind
stake.
Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought
заднюю
he quit
стоянку.
drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck.
mister!
He went on a bender
Hey,
and
can you
beat Danny
turn the
pretty
light?
badly.
The
He started
light's
shouting
on!
like that the
The
moment he
deputies,
woke up.
they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
идти на заднюю стоянку. Опа, и дверь закроется. Ну, давайте почитаю. Темная
In
сущность за
spite of its
косым.
human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Хотя она и носила человеческое обличие, то назвать темной сущностью разумное значение применять человеческое понятие к тому, что было совершено чудное всему человеческому. Тем не менее, она нашла единственное достаточно темное место во всей закусочной. Свет, льющийся в коридор, страшно мучил ее, и она терпела. Писатель скоро исправил положение, она направилась в то единственное место, где власть все еще принадлежала ей. Прикольно.
Hey! Hey, you! Hey! Please help me, man!
Свет.
I hate this! I can't stand the dark anymore!
Давай попробуем реально. Стой.
Please turn the light. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterwards.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Ну да. Так, осмотреть разбитую машину. Это моя машина. Вот прям в жизни такая у меня. Так. Зачем?
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Термос.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
Понял. Сейчас опять авторские права дадут. Что еще есть? Ну да. Сюда зайду. Нельзя. Давайте посмотрим, что вот в этих полицейских машинах. Может, в багажнике там дробовик, пистолет. Жалко. Ладно, пойдем скарабкаться. Да не. Он Халк. Тихо. Рукопись. Как знал. А ну-ка. О, все нашел. На лаве спик.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Похититель выстрелил в последний раз, и тень рассталась в тьме, из которой явилась, вот видишь, Вейк. Ничего особенного. Сама мысль о том, что Элис в руках этого человека была отвратительна, Мы стояли на деревянной площадке в лаве Спик. За спиной у нас были гора и водопад. В высоте головы мерцали красные огоньки радиомачты. Меня так и подмывало нанести удар, но если я оставлю себя заговорить, давай перейдем к делу. Где моя жена? Может... Так. Ну, еще тут сейчас. Секунду. Прям кажется, что тут что-то будет. Ладно, пойдем. Будем осматривать.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Выйти из управления шерифа. Окей. Да блин, в этих помещениях нельзя быстро ходить.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Странный телек у вас, конечно.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course.
Пока.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh! Hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Сразу на поиск секретка. Заперто. Заперто. Ого. Ну ты прикрылся, хоть чё ты голый-то стоишь. Ну чё кости выпирают. Может на медвежонок, медвежатах будет что-то еще зациклено. Я просто статистику посмотрел, там 100 с чем-то надо всего найти. А сколько я сейчас нашел? Сбиты пирамиды из банок. Пирамиды из банок?
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's
Do you
just...
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Ха, термос. Я тебя заметил. Да тут вообще секреты. Я хочу секреты искать. Вот, мне вот это хочется. Вот это реально единственная игра, в которой мне хочется искать секретки. Опа, кто это?
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Всё?
Okay, boy. We're almost done here.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster.
Тут что-то лежит. Я даже не понял, что. Но хочу узнать, что. Найти бланк. Опа. Ого. Да чё так мало написано? Скелет колумбийского мамонта Махункалюмбий. Это особь возрастом, которая по оценкам составляет около 14 тысяч лет, была найдена в асфальтном озере Ла-Борею в 1981 году. В 1998 он был подарен национальному парку Индервун, когда колумбийский мамонт стал государственным ископаемым штата Вашингтон. Его нарекли кривозубым Чарли, и с тех пор он является официальным талисманом парка. Так что у него тут рядом есть? Что у него тут есть?
You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds.
На. С другой стороны надо.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Haha, let's have a laugh on Barry.
Короче, эта серия будет чисто такая, знаете, просто сюжетка. Спокойная такая, где мы просто ищем секретки.
Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Так. Так.
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Ha ha! Thank you. I'll just sit here in the dark till you come back. Or until I get eaten
Когда
by a
револьвер
crew.
дадут? А зачем он собирает термос с кофе? Типа в конце такой, опа, кофеек попью. Не, я тебе свет выключу, потому что вообще...
I didn't realize we were back in the 3rd grade here.
Ну да, решил вспомнить детство. Всегда ведь выключил свет. Идти к Лаверспик.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Я появился револьвером. Он прям его достал. Вот в таких вот экшеновых моментах я прям мало секретов буду находить, я прям уверен. Так, ну тут дробовик сражу. Ружье какое-нибудь. Так, читать. Барри думает, в своем ли уме...
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Барри никогда не ладил с Элли, но знал, что Алан любит ее до безумия. А теперь с Элли что-то случилось. И вот Ал вооружился пушкой и говорит вещи, за которые людей сажают в проват и обиты в... Что слово? Войлоклом. Как будто у друга случился сильный психоз, напрочь отгородивший его от реальности. Барри был до смерти напуган. А, на F5 можно прям выйти. Ну, ружье, я тебе говорю. Алло. Ой. Нет, ничего, я думал, тут ружье будет. Ладно, идем. Даже побежать.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Ну, знаете, вот так вот чисто половина серии экшен, в другой сначала вот так и спокойно, а в другой экшен. Так, зайду сюда. Я пропустил скример, нет. Я хотел испугаться. Ой, опять это все слушать. Ружье. Нет патрона. Да зачем мне ружье? Это с минуты на минуту.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Oh, yeah.
No plan, really, just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah, it's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Слышь? Он ушел в тень. Не в закат, а в тень. Так, ладно. Осмотрели. Я их даже не слушаю уже. Эти радио. Опа. Обострение, что ли? Опа, термос. Отвечаю. В мусорке валяется. Нет, просто красивый вид, значит. Чё нет? Блин, капец, локации красивые. Да просто ставь на GTA какую-нибудь. Красивые локации такие. Я с радостью просто походил бы по ним. Именно без какого-либо сюжета. Чисто такой ходишь, бродишь, стреляешь. Так. Так. F. Нет. Чё, прям все обследовать как-то. Почему? Меня вот реально это удивляет. Возможно, это могло меня напугать. Кстати, такая же ровная комната. Сейчас телек включится, отвечаю. О, опять это шоу. Ночные стринги.
The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode.
Человек в зеркале.
The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game, but the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark, believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Какой вообще странный эпизод. Фигня, первый был интереснее. Ночные стринги. Прям так и буду называть это шоу. Все, пока. Ну какой-то вообще фигня. Первый эпизод был поинтереснее. В первом эпизоде. Так, ладно, идем. Уже почти 40 минут, а мы только... А считаю, вот реально нет никакого экшена в серии. О, еще и записка. Ё-моё. Так, это где? А, Расти
The air in
умирает.
the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Внутри базы стояла жуткая вонь, будто давно сгнивший утопленник выбрался из могилы. Расти харкал кровью. Я с трудом мог отвести взгляд от его сломанной и неестественно вывернутой ноги. Что за тварь это сделала? Макс выскуливал у себя в клетке, а у Расти лихорадочно горели глаза. Взгляд его был полон ужаса. Он прохрипел: мистер Уэйк, все случилось точь в точь, как было написано в той странице. В какой? Ладно. Контрольная точка, кстати, достигнута. Сейчас еще одна будет достигнута. Хопа. А нет.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury. Rusty, damn.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming!
Please, help me!
Так, стой.
Anybody? Help me!
Что происходит?
Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone? Please help! Help me!
Эрнс. Так. Жалко, тут не пишется полная статистика, чего я собрал. Контрольная точка. Опа. Ну, давайте прочитаем рукопись. Темная сущность атакует
The
Расти.
visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Туристический центр был крепким зданием, но удар полностью разворотил фасад. Расти пролетел через весь вестибюль, словно тряпичная кукла, и сильно ударился от дальнюю стену. Боли не было, пока он не попробовал пошевелиться и не увидел, что его нога неестественно согнута, сломанное ребро кололо изнутри при мысли о смерти в одиночестве. Расти забыл от боли и страха. Так, а чё в доме?
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Найти ключ. А если сзади? Тэмс. Так, ладно, идем в этот дом. И Enter.
Hello?
Hey.
Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
Подожди.
I'm here. I'm hurt.
Сейчас выглядит
Mr.
все
Wake?
черное.
Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
А че если собаку застрелить? А ну. Согласен, было глупо. Ну ладно. Ох, уже 44 минуты запись идет. Гениально.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Отпереть. И выбивает просто вместо того, чтобы в ключ ставить. Так, ищем секретки. В принципе, как всегда. Ну, письмо. Давайте почитаем. Это чисто на один уровень. Wake в безопасном убежище.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
В последнюю секунду я изменил направление и бросился вниз. Топор расколол древесный ствол. Я рухнул в озеро яркого света, легкие горели, и был сил двигаться. Я напрягся в ожидании смертельного удара. Но так не было последовательно. Я поднял голову, темнота оставалась неподвижной. Какое-то время залитый холодным цветом, я был уже в безопасности. Окей. Как дверь сама закрылась?
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Опа, экшен начинается.
Rusty! Rusty! The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Ого.
Hunters need hunting licenses.
А ну. Блин, а это мина прям. А, они сами от этого могут сдохнуть. Ладно, чуток экшена, чутка серия будет подольше. В принципе, как всегда. Сейчас до первой контрольной точки дойдем и все.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
В смысле не кормите животных?
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license. Obey the park ranger's instructions. At all costs. Rusty, no! Never! No approach closer than 100 yards. 2 bears and wolves never approach any other wildlife closer than 25 yards.
Тихо, тихо.
Pets must be leashed. All times. Never leave your pet unattended.
А ну-ка.
It is against the law to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park. This includes even or even simple berries.
Зажатый угол, но не сломлен. Ух. Ну могуч. Ну могуч. отлично сражаюсь, кстати. Опа, сзади подходит. Так, ладно. Добраться до Лавис Пик. Что это такое? Лавис Пик? Это улица или человек? Я не разбираюсь в этих американских. О, как будто хлопнули, как будто шлепнули. Так. Опа, достигнута контрольная точка. Вот давайте на этом закончим. Как всегда, ссылка на плейлист в описании под видео. Подписывайтесь на канал, подписывайтесь на второй канал. Как всегда, всем приятного аппетита, удачи в жизни. С вами был я, Картока Гейм. Всем пока.